Hello, I'm Kristen Lee. What is that? Squirrel. Anyway, um, so it's May. Where did April go? I, I, I have no idea because I don't feel like I did anything in April, even though I know that I did. So I wanted to do an April wrap-up kind of thing, and probably just talk out loud and try and get ideas to pop in my head as I'm speaking, because that's kind of how I work best. So you're coming for the ride with me. Yeah, April was nuts. Like the beginning of it for our family was bananas because it was little bro's birthday and Cookie Monster, and I'll put a picture somewhere with me and Cookie Monster, and then Easter, and we got that funky cold thing, and it kind of knocked us down for a little bit as like a family. Yeah, and I've been following the Johnny Depp trial. I won't put my thoughts for this week. Actually, I might even do 2 videos for Sunday. And this way, if you want to just hear about my month, here you go. And then I'll do my Johnny Depp video separately. Because a lot happened this week. And if I didn't have my Vloggerino friends and my friends that have been getting more interested in the trial, I think I would have been more mentally upset, I guess, because that first week was rough. It was really rough. So anyway, so yeah, little bro's birthday party thing. Oh, I never showed you my gnome. So yes, I'm 39, and my dad was like, do you want an Easter basket? And I was like, I really just want like Reese's eggs and Cadbury minis, you know. I don't really care if I get an Easter bunny. And he got me an Easter bunny, but my little brother ended up eating it on me. Like, he kept eating it in a circle. He'd start at the head and then he'd work his way around. So we were at, where did I find you? I think it was at Big Lots. Yeah, I think we were at Big Lots. And we were going down the Easter section. And I was like, can I have this for my Easter basket? So, I love him. I love that he's sparkly. And then my friends kind of surprised me. I don't think that I showed him yet either. They sent me a menstruation crustacean. Isn't he cute? And he has a heating pad. And he smells like lavender and vanilla, I think. And he smells so good when you warm him up. And I did use him during my period this month. But yeah. And little bro keeps trying to steal him. I'm like, no, he's my friend. So I got that. I showed you my new book box I got excited about. I'm going to start one of the books today. My reading this month was atrocious. I had 2 left over from last month that I was working on. And the one I got done not in time for the live with Kristen Crave's books and the other channels that are doing the readathon or read-along. I think it's a readathon. Oh, good Lord. Don't remember. Anyway, I did end up reading that book. I found that with the Lady Trent series, I'm doing better with getting the audiobook and the physical book, because I love the illustrations in it. I love the fact that the author is a naturalist and is used to drawing for her findings in the real world, but this is just about dragons. So I really liked having the physical book, but I don't like the main character, so it's really hard for me to get through the book. And I can listen to it at 1.5 speed and fly through the book, and this way I get to see the illustrations and read it and hear the narrator say certain words that I couldn't figure out for the life of me, because it's mimicking Victorian times, kind of, and it's mimicking the UK is where the main character's from. But that's not what it's called. And trying to figure out what it's supposed to sound like in my head, I was skipping certain words that I should know. And so audiobooks. So I kind of felt like a little kid when I used to have my Teddy Ruxpin and sit and listen to the story while I'm reading it. And then the other book that I had left over was As You Wish. I was doing great. I listened to an hour and a half, and I love listening to Carrie and Billy Crystal and Rob Reiner and everybody talk about the movie and the things that had happened on set and what Carrie was going through, you know, when he got cast, and some of the stories I knew, and then some of the stories I hadn't heard before. And I always love listening to stuff about Andre the Giant. So that was another book that I got the physical book through my Libby app, and then I listened to on Audible. And then I only had 2 other books that I read. The Mad Women's Ball, which is supposed to be Amazon movie coming up. It was okay. I believe it was originally written by a French writer, and it was translated to English, so certain words didn't match up. And I didn't know a lot about French psychiatry after the French Revolution. I've always followed more British and here in the US more than other countries on how they treated mental illness and things like that. So I found it fascinating, but it was very heavy and it was very dark. That was the book for one of my book clubs. And then the other book I read was Peter Mon loved this book, and so did his friend Tanya, and it was The Girl Who Lived. But I don't remember the author, but I'll put the picture here. It was really good. I kind of figured out who the bad guy was, and I kind of figured out who the good guy was. But it was a really good thriller. I have to see this. Hold on. God bless me. So I just did this whole part and I messed up. So I got to start all over again. So those are the 2 books. Deb C sent me love mail. Make a pint. Because that's been an inside joke. Well, as we're watching the trial. And then I had gotten something for myself that I also bought for a giveaway that I'm doing with my Mary Kay business. I wanted to do a self-care giveaway because I was going to do a Mother's Day basket, but what if they're not moms like me? Or, you know, what if they just have fur babies or whatever? So I got a self-care journal that is like hardbound and it has prompts in it, and I got a coffee mug. Of course I got a coffee mug. I think it says you're doing great. And some other stuff, and then some Mary Kay stuff for like pampering themselves and whatever. But one of the other things is I got a Crush Your Goals thing because Carissa inspired me with her things that she sent us for Valentine's Day. And I was like, oh, this is really cool. And it gives you 40 super inspiring quote cards to jumpstart confidence, butt kicking, list making, and stuff doing, because you're fired up, finding your groove, and getting it done. You are, ooh, hey now, hashtag life goals. So then I was going to put here, and then each video that I did, I was going to put a new one in, but I have yet to do it. It's a new month, so why don't we start that today? I already did this one. So this one, actually, you know what? I should flip it so that I can't see them. Because see, they look like this. So I'll flip them around. Okay. Put the top back on. Listen, work with me. Put you in the middle. Alright, so this one says, look, you live one life, give it all you flippin' got, and take all your shots. One's bound to hit the target. And I am not even going to butcher this person's name, but all right. I took 2 cards. Get over there. Now we'll put you next to our predator. Yep. Listen, that's why I didn't want to put it up. Yeah, that's pretty much everything that I've done this month. Nothing too exciting. Watch, I'll set my room on fire. That would be on brand. Not that you can read it from there, but it's there. I have no idea what's going to happen this month. Do you have anything good planned? It's prom season. And I believe some of our schools around here will be closing for the summer by the end of this month. Yeah. I gotta come up with some new ideas for my channel. I have to come up with an Instant Pot ideas of what I want to cook. I have 23andMe that I have to still do. Yeah. Like I said, not much happened this month. Brain fart, it's gone. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys had a great weekend, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Here we go. Binge Club commence. I forgot something that I did do, is we started Binge Club on Thursday under the banner of heaven with Andrew Garfield. It is based off of a true crime. I'm curious more about it. It's definitely my kind of thing. I don't know if it's going to be other vloggerinos type of thing. There were some triggering things that happened in the second episode. But it's about a murder that happened in Mormon town, basically, or with a group of Mormons, and so far I'm kind of fascinating. I watched the second episode before the first. I don't know why. Because I went on Hulu and I said, start this new series, and it shot right to episode 2. So no wonder I was confused through the whole episode. But yesterday I watched the first one, so it kind of blended and made sense. I really like the Andrew Garfield's partner. the other detective that's from Vegas. I like him. But I'm curious because it's giving you background of Mormonism, and then it's giving you background on a certain family, and then it's giving you background on Andrew Garfield's character, not Carfield, Garfield. And then it's bringing you to the present and what they're working with now. So I'm curious where they're going to go with this. I'm trying to piece it together ahead of time, and I just want to see if I'm right before I start researching it. Yeah, and because I was watching the second episode first, I thought for some reason they were located in the east somewhere, like the northeast of the US, because there's this one scene where this guy is on steps and he's trying to get people to move to a certain area, and I got messed up with him, and then I couldn't figure out the year, because I know that they were like the present part of the show. I knew that it was like late 70s to early 80s, but then there are references and things that they're doing that are more late 80s and music and things like that. So I'm glad that I went back and watched the first episode so I could try and figure out the progression. I want to say it's about 87, just before 1990. And the only reason why it's important is that if you like true crime like I do, there were certain techniques that weren't standard or invented yet that are common practice now. And they put on gloves, and disposable gloves weren't always part of the police checking out a scene, taking pictures, taking fingerprints. And then they had tested blood, and the results came back like super quick, and I'm like, we didn't start doing that, like it wasn't mandatory. And then I'm like, and then they're in Utah, so how did they even have the systems that they would have had in DC or New York City or the bigger cities? So I find that part really, really fascinating. But yeah, I'm psyched to watch the rest of the season and see if there's even a way to make a second season after this is done. So yeah, that's the other thing I did this month. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.